We've been staying up late playing the heck out of the Switch. We're going to give you a piece of our minds.
Let's go!
We have Ryan here with us today.
Welcome, Ryan.
Thank you.
And we have been playing the Switch pretty much nonstop, as every chance that we can get, as long as we're not in the car or eating.
What do you mean if we're not in the car? If we're not driving?
Oh, that's true.
I played on the way here.
That's right. I keep forgetting that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
One of the awesome parts about the Switch. And so there's a lot of info about the Switch out, but we wanted to give you guys our impressions as to how it works and just how it feels.
Maybe you saw us open up everything for the first time, but since our opinions have developed a little bit, like when I first touched it, everything felt very miniature. Like the controllers, the buttons, and the sticks. But I have really gotten used to them by now. And I think, like, when I go back to play on GameCube or something, those will probably feel really big to me.
Yeah.
At this point.
The sense of size is going to definitely have to be getting used to.
Yep. It takes a little bit, but I'd say probably within the hour I was enjoying Breath of the Wild, doing a Joy-Con in each hand. I've tried it with the grip as well. Have you done any grip, Ryan?
I did a little bit of grip, not enough to really have an opinion, but I think I did about 10 minutes or so.
Here you go. Have an opinion.
Here's have an opinion. I mean, I think this to me feels fine now because I've been playing with just the Joy-Con, so I'm used to like the smaller buttons. I feel like if you get used to it without the grip, you're going to be fine with the grip, vice versa.
Yep.
It's just kind of getting used to the button size and
the button
smaller
size is
triggers.
the main thing, and then Simeon, you notice with the triggers, right?
Yeah, if you are used to doing two-finger triggers, which I think a lot of people are, like Ryan is, that's not comfortable. Your top fingers are either going to be sliding off or your bottom fingers are going to be barely hanging on. So you're going to have to get used to one-finger triggering.
I honestly had a lot of problems in Breath of the Wild right away, like hitting the wrong one on accident because I was only using my index finger and I'm used to having both of them on there, so I was pushing the wrong one because they're in different spots and it was confusing.
Yeah.
The hardware is all really good.
The buttons are nice.
Touchscreen is nice. It's finally like just as good as a high quality like phone touchscreen.
Finally.
Bye stylus.
Yes. One thing I noticed is that everything is like quick. Everything is immediate. You turn on the console, you're pretty much on it immediately, and you can switch in and out of the home menu and switch games so quick. You click on a game to start it, bam. Like if you go between the home menu and a game, it's immediate. There's no sort of delay or anything. Loading times, very, very quick.
The capture button is also just as fast, and I like compare that to taking a screenshot in Wii U, like when you want to post it to Miiverse or something. Man, that would take a long time. It's very snappy. The whole the hardware and software are both pretty minimalist. There's not a lot of music in the menus blaring at you. But I guess that's okay. You don't spend too much time in there.
No, you load in so quick that there's no need to.
That's true. And it's a very competent feeling console. Like the colors of the Joy-Cons, if you got the neon ones, those are a little playful, but that's really as far as the playfulness or kiddiness goes, I guess. So, you like the colors? What were you saying? It's the Nintendo feel, right?
Right. The neon Joy-Cons to me personally feel like the Nintendo feel that they add to consoles, because Nintendo has always been extremely color driven, and most of their consoles, besides the Wii U, that was black or white. With this, it brings it back to childhood Nintendo. So
yes.
The nostalgia.
Red, blue, green. Yellow.
Yeah, I think like you, Ryan, I was a little confused when they first showed it, and they're like, you can do the gray version, or you can do these offset neon colors. And I looked at that and I'm like, that's really bizarre. But for you, it really grew on you after a while. It became that nostalgia factor of it's what separates it from the other consoles, which aren't really color driven in their hardware.
Right. It's when they revealed the new 3DS. I had the aha moment when just like the colors of the buttons were from the Super Famicom, and it was like, why wasn't it like this from the beginning? It just gives it like that little bit of Nintendo flair that makes it really stand out.
Yes. So we're not going to be reviewing Zelda for a while because it's such a big game, so we should talk about that. I think if I only had Zelda for Switch, I'd still be set.
Yep.
It's the game
Definitely.
I keep wanting to go back to, which is kind of funny because I figured some of the more like accessible start up and play with everybody games would be what we'd go to the most often. But it's really fun to play and watch. We've been just watching each other play a lot.
Yeah.
And it's cool because everyone can give input like how you should approach each new thing.
Like, oh, careful.
come upon in the world.
Yep.
Because around every corner there's something you need to check out.
Yep.
So.
And it's just so big that you really don't need anything else for probably years. I mean, eventually you're going to want something else probably, but for right now, if all you have is Breath of the Wild, you're going to be set for a while.
Yeah.
And it definitely has that feel of like, oh, just like 10 more minutes. Like you'll see one thing off in the distance, like say a shrine, or oh look, there's a group of enemies and there's a treasure chest up there. Let me go take that down and I'll be done. And then you're up on that pedestal with the treasure chest and it's like, oh look, there's something over there too. So,
yeah.
Always something new to check out.
I will say that inventory gets a little bit frustrating, but it's nice. We've found that we can increase the slots with the seeds.
I've gotten more seeds, so now I need to go back and increase my slots.
Yes, that will make things much nicer.
Yes.
What else, guys?
A couple more notes that I wanted to make on the hardware as far as like the controller goes is the HD Rumble, which is a big deal. Like to me, like when they first showed it, I had like this aha moment of this is really cool.
Yeah.
And if you're playing 1-2 Switch and you're playing the game where you're trying to count how many balls are in the wooden box.
Ball count. Yep.
Yeah. You can feel like they're actually in there rolling and hitting the sides, and it's so distinct. You almost feel the weight of the box.
It's one of those things where you saw it and you're like, okay, like I believe you, Nintendo, but let's see how it actually feels. And then you try it and you're like, yep, you were not lying. Like this is legitimate.
The camera, on the other hand, in one of the in the right Joy-Con, I think it's cool, but I don't think it works quite as well as they meant it to work.
Worked for me.
Okay. So
someone's just a sore loser.
The eating contest on 1-2 Switch, it's like you'll be going like this, and then 5 seconds later it'll like take one bite and it's like, geez.
Two things about that. One, maybe if we had our light on above us.
That's also
Two, it would be nice if they gave you a little bit of feedback as you went, like open wider, or you're going too fast, or like if we're doing something wrong,
or farther, closer.
That's true. If we're doing something wrong, if they could tell us, that'd be good.
I will say this about it though, is that I did try and trick it with my hand going like this, and it didn't do it like at all. Maybe once or twice it counted it.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, maybe I needed a sock puppet or something to help me along with it. And then the last thing I wanted to say was the wrist straps. Taking off the wrist straps
makes me nervous.
Yeah, it makes you nervous, and you almost feel like you're gonna break the thing when you take it off.
Yeah, all the rest of the switching mechanic feels really good. It's easy. It clicks. It sounds nice. When it comes to the wrist straps, it's like
they're just small, so it's hard to get like get everything like grabbed to switch it off.
Yes, and then like the part of the controller is metal, so I wonder how many people are going to just like rip open their hand like that could be very, very bad. But other than that, this thing, those are nitpicks. This console is really, really something else.
Yep. You touched on it a little bit. I just wanted to re-mention that the startup time to in-game is ridiculous with this system. Because you don't
10 seconds.
Right, you don't really shut the system off most of the time. You just put it in sleep mode. So when you go, you hit the power button, boom, it's instantly on the menu. You touch the game, you're in game, and it doesn't even have to like reload you to the title screen. You're just in game.
Switch.
Huh?
Did he say switch?
I don't know if he said switch, but he did the snap. Yeah, so you can do it much better than I can.
We've been catching each other just using the word switch.
There we go.
It's basically off limits vocabulary. So, I wish the games tasted a little bit better though.
Yeah.
I get really hungry while I'm playing.
Yeah.
And
If they could give them different flavors, like according to what game they are.
Mhm.
1 out of 10 would not taste again.
I think you seem to have the worst experience out of all of us.
Yeah, I tried it the first time, and I agreed with you that it seemed like a sensation. And then I licked it a second time, and then after a while, I was like, oh man, this thing doesn't go away. It stays with you for a while.
So check out our taste test impressions.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, I am very, 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 very happy with this system.
Yep.
It's great.
I am as well.
And Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
If they launched without Zelda, probably wouldn't be so hyped, but we've got everything we need, so...
They really nailed it with the launch titles.
Yep.
They did.
I liked how all Nintendo's competitors were being very congratulatory, too.
Yep.
So good on them. And congratulations to everybody who was able to get a Switch. If you're looking for a console, check out our video on Nintendo Force channel, How to Beat the Scalpers.
Yes.
Because they're going for some profit on eBay, Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you can get one soon.
Yep.
Wish you the best.
All right. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to leave your comments below, especially if you have the Switch. What are your impressions of the Switch? And don't forget to back us on Patreon before March 31st so that you can get one of these lovely items, possibly. We're doing a giveaway. What do we got, Ryan?
We got the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Sound Selection CD. We have the Super Mario Maker pin, which was exclusive to Apple employees.
And we have a $50 coin. It's real currency that you can spend.
Yep, 100% gold.
Yep.
So,
no, it's a Zelda limited edition coin. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. Find the link to our Patreon in the description. See you guys next time.
Signing off.